Here's my analysis of the number 7 seed Baylor versus Alabama women's basketball game. Man, that was something else. That's just putting it lightly. Baylor was down 22-4 after the first quarter. Yet somehow they won 78-74. Baylor, for the rest of the game, had at least 24 points, if not more, after that first quarter. 26 in the second quarter, 24 in the third, 24 in the fourth. Alabama had 19 points in the second quarter, 18 points in the third, 15 points in the fourth. Alabama did not shoot the ball bad in this game. 26 for 53 overall, 49.1%. 14 for 26 on threes, 53.8%, and half of those came from one player, their best one, and that was Brittany Davis, who had a game high 33 points, which is a season high, I believe, for both teams. 33 points. 8 for 9 on free throws, 88.9%, 28 rebounds, 7 of those offensive, 20 assists. That's a great number. 9 steals, 3 blocks, but they committed 19 turnovers, including a travel at the end. When they were trying to think about tying the game up with the free throws, and they they had a possession. Let me go look it up on. I apologize if I don't recall everything. Yeah, Kaylin Bickle got fouled on a rebound, made both their free throws. Alabama called timeout with 27 seconds. And then Hannah Barber traveled after a catch. Baylor called timeout right away. Of course, Baylor missed. Jamie Asbury made the first, but missed the second. But Bella Fauntleroy got the rebound. She gave it to Jamie Asbury right away. But she made both those free throws to be up 4 with around 15 seconds. And we did have Baylor had 2 fouls to give. They gave one with 3 seconds left, or around that number. They didn't foul again. But by that time, it didn't matter as long as Baylor didn't foul. In fact, Alabama turned the ball over again. So Baylor won this game on that sequence right there. They committed 19 turnovers and 19 fouls, and they only had 7 points off the bench. And like I said, 3 blocks and 9 steals. But Baylor had 10 points off the bench. Baylor didn't shoot as good as Alabama, but they were still good. They're 45.5% from the field, 25 for 55 overall. But 14 for 28 on threes. 14 for 16 on free throws, 87.5%. We needed every single free throw count in this game. 29 rebounds, 10 of those offensive, 22 assists, 9 steals, 7 blocks, 15 turnovers, 12 fouls. Now, individual numbers wise, Jaden Owens only had 4 points on 1 for 4 shooting, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 3 steals, besides 8 assists. But she had 4 turnovers and 2 fouls. Sarah Andrews had 14 points on 5 for 12 shooting, 4 for 8 on threes. I haven't seen her shoot this well in a bit since that first meeting with Iowa State in terms of threes, making multiple, I believe. She was back from that shoulder thing. 4 rebounds, 1 of those offensive, of course. Sarah, wait a minute, that's not right. She had 2 rebounds on both of them defensive. 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Yeah, she got vertical by getting those blocks in time, man. 1 turnover, 3 fouls. Bella Fauntleroy had 10 points on 3 for 7 shooting, 2 for 5 on threes, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 4 rebounds. One of those offensive, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 1 foul. Caleb Bickle committed 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, or the first half. I mean, within the first 5 minutes. She only fouled 1 more time the rest of the game. She had 14 points on 4 for 8, shooting 0 for 1 on threes, but 6 for 6 at the free throw line. That's definition of clutch. 7 rebounds, 4 of those offensive, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. Jamie Asbury, she went off, and she has a Baylor record now in the NCAA tournament in terms of making threes. I mean, 26 points on 8 for 14 shooting, 7 for 13 on threes, 3 for 4 on free throws, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 1 foul. Kyle Abraham did play in this game, 2 points on 1 for 1 shooting, 1 rebound. Jim Van Gundy didn't play in this game, 3 points on 1 for 2 shooting, which the make was a 3. I mean, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. Daryl Page Buggs had 5 points on 2 for 7 shooting, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. And she did have her fingers taped up, 2 fingers were. So we're at the wait and see on the stat how she's going to be against UConn and Alabama. I know they have to be sick to their stomach. This ties the third largest comeback in NCAA tournament history in Division I women's basketball. In terms of a deficit to win a game like this. And now Alabama has lost 5 straight games. And they finished the season 20-11. And I know Christy Curry's going to feel this game for Alabama for a long time. Usually when you have big leads, you don't lose. They had such a great start. But the first quarter, Baylor was not really great defensively, but on offense, they were missing shots that were good looks. When you think about it, it just rimmed out for whatever reason. Obviously, Baylor plays UConn next. I'll do a preview on that game, but I can promise you one thing right now. You cannot start the same way like you did in this game going into UConn. You just can't. You can't be down 22-4 and expect to come back again like this. Sure, you could start a little bit slow, but you got to have your defense step up more. I mean, that's the truth. But at least we got to the round of 32. And now all the Nikki Collin haters could say, at least could shut up for now. I mean, on them not trying to not get a 20-win season. Now they have that for the 23rd straight year. And the second time under Nikki Collin. With a depleted roster, with no Dre Edwards. Asia Blackwell's just been hurt all year long. I mean, only played 95 minutes this year. She's going to come back next year. In only 8 games. So, I say no matter what, going to this UConn game, we have nothing to lose. We really, really don't. And just I don't want to say expect a loss. But I will just say, let's see where we're at compared to UConn. And this is not an invincible UConn team either. They're not. They don't have Paige Beckers. They're not. And this is a rematch from 2 years ago when you know that Baylor got screwed on a no call when Dejanay Carrington got hit. You can't deny she got fouled. I don't care I just want good officiating in that game, regardless, because we don't want what happened last time against them to happen again. And sometimes the best way to avoid that situation altogether is to show up and don't rely on refs making calls and make more plays to win. I'm not saying that's the only reason why we lost 2 years ago. I'm not saying that. Baylor did not make enough plays. D.D. Richards got hurt, as we all know. And she was never the same. And Sarah Andrews had to play more, and she was not ready as a freshman. Now Sarah Andrews is ready. That's a good thing. We needed that. And I know we might be the underdog going into that game. But you know what? We're building something. Next year will be better. And I'm going to even state that on the future of the state of the program situation after the season's done, whenever that is. Because I know with a fully healthy roster with 2-year better players, and Dre Edwards, who did not play this year because of that stupid Kentucky coach, who decided to say, forget the waiver, I'm not going to sign it and show my pettiness. Besides, even though I am for empowering women and showing kindness to players. And Asia Blackwell's just been hurt. And I already know they're going to try to revamp this roster. And remember, we're going to return 10 players. I mean, we're going to get up to at least 10 players next year. With the addition of 6'7" anyway. I mean, we're only going to lose 3 players because, Kendra Gillespie's already in the transfer portal. And we're already going to lose Jamie Osberry and Kaylin Bickle anyway. I mean, that's the truth. But there might be more. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, up 10 returners, up 2, potentially, and add 1 more freshman. That's 11. You got 4 scholarships remaining. They could revamp this roster and get it a lot deeper. And we'll make a deeper run by then. But we'll have to wait and see what we do against UConn first. Whatever happens, I'm just grateful that we made it this far, unlike some teams out there. And even teams that didn't even make the NCAA tournament. And I'm going to be patient with Nikki Collin. I believe her. I believe in her. She deserves all the support. And I don't understand all the criticism about. But look, she's dealt with bad hands the first 2 years, whether you like it or not. Depleted roster year 1. Year 2, injuries and not having Dre Edwards and sickness and no Kendra Gillespie, who is in a transfer portal now due to personal issues. And we're a young team and we have a lot of new faces. So we're going to be better off next year. And especially with the future with Darion LePage Buggs and Bella Fauntleroy. Those 2 are going to be really, really good the next few years here. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. 500 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.